And we're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So now we're ready on the radio show and the podcast, but we have to order our drinks. Give me one quick second. Take a break. Official test start time 2 minutes. 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each. 5 sentences each paragraph. 5 words per sentence. 5 computer spaces in between. 5 revisions. You can use your hyper scientific. You can use any artificial intelligence, Siri, Sarah, Alexa, Copilot, ChatGPT, Grok, or DeepSeek R1, but you must show the work. If you do not show the work, I am going to assume that you used all technology, you will get zero credit for it. So for those of you graduating that want the letter of intent so you could get that internship at that Fortune 500 company, no graduation, no prom, no graduation trip. You can't invite the family. We're all on the beach celebrating. You're not celebrating with us. So if you want to graduate, this is the time to show and prove. Just think about our business partners BlackRock, Blackstone, and Hypnosis, just as a start. Then focus on technology. Think about companies like Nvidia, Apple, Samsung. This is the business that we're in. Now, let us continue because we do have a few vehicles in the inventory in Dubai. So please log on to www.firstmotors.com. We'll open up the inventory. Oh, wait a minute. We got an issue. Let's go. Okay, hold up. We might have a network constraint. Let's see. Let's go. Sometimes you have to type it in. Um, Computers don't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. We're not gonna go by brand. Let's just go. We'll do an inventory on whatever's available. So I'm just gonna sell you available cars. Nothing from storage. Those cars are way too expensive and out of most collectors' leagues. We have to go live and whatnot to start the auction. So let's do that right now. Let's go whatnot, and we can home seller hub. Okay, go to seller hub, create a product. No, we're just gonna test. Hold on. We have to schedule because that's the thing too. So let's do. It's, no, I'm wrong. I'm bugging. It's, okay, now this is much better. Okay, so add a thumbnail. What kind of thumbnail could we add? Let's go to our gallery. Maybe we can add one of the NFTs. Let's do something nice, something that you know what I mean. Will oh look, we can even size it. Okay, perfect. So that way we can make a custom one. You know what I'm saying? Then hold on, let me see. Oh, okay, we have to pick a category. So we could go trading card and games. Something like kind of like Pokemon cards. Put it like that. Selling primary format, surprise sets, um, shipping, adjust your default, domestic shipping. Okay, allow buyers to pick up any order. Nope. Domestic shipments, shipping costs, buyer pays all shipping costs. Okay. Schedule, public, let me see. No muted words, no explicit content. Or actually, yeah, we could, because that way only adults will be getting, right? Um, no tags. You can put probably Pokemon. Pokemon would not be bad. No moderators, does not repeat. And what else am I missing? I'm trying to think. Pokemon tags, free pickup, off, domestic shipping costs. Brown, okay, that's already done. Mm, Commercial, let me see. No, it's not working. Mm, let's see, we got a new episode that came in. This is already published. Oh, these are just the smaller chapters. Okay. Um, okay, we could do it every day. Ends on date. Okay. Date September. Yep. Medium. Optional. Mm, auction. Oh, that's why? No. Hmm. It's not letting me do it. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. Let's do okay, exotic inventory in investments. Okay. Let's see if that's enough. Yep. So it required a title, and if it repeats all the time. So let's put this volume down so we have no interruptions. Um, Let me see. Okay. So now let's go live. We have to manage power though because it's gonna soak up mad energy. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We'll do the inventory and we can start the auction right now. Um, we're gonna build us a Silverado and a Stingray. Oh, but you know what? I can only do the inventory because the platform is hosting the auction. So if I go to finish the rest of the modules, it will take it like it will use the feed. So let's try this. All right, let me see. Let's go to success secret number 6. But first, before we even start, let's adjust the inventory. Let's go top of the line, and we could start here and then build something comparable that's still affordable for these particular clients and orders, and what can we learn from it as a business, as students, as business partners, as entrepreneurs. I need to go order my coffee, so you guys take a break and stretch. Official test start times 2 minutes from now. Excuse me. Buy me a cup of coffee. Cash App, $ Venom R1 Dreams. We'll be right back after these brief commercial breaks and messages. And as always, shout out to Avalanche. You know we work on medical technology as well. Which we'll talk about that more. Maybe we'll implement that into some of the designs. We won't. Okay, let us continue and let's get this party started, right? We have designs. Official test start time 2 minutes. The harder I work, the luckier I get. James Thurber. All self-made millionaires work hard, hard, hard. They start earlier, they work harder, and they stay later. They develop a reputation for being amongst the hardest working people in their fields, and everybody knows it. Practice the 40 plus formula. This formula says that you work 40 hours per week for survival. Everything over 40 hours is for success. If you work only 40 hours and the average work week today is closer to 35 hours, all you will ever do is survive. You will never get ahead. You will never be a big financial success. You will never be highly respected and esteemed. by your colleagues. You will always be mediocre, working the basic 40-hour week. But every hour over 40 hours is an investment in your future. In fact, you can tell with tremendous accuracy where you are going to be in 5 years by looking at how many hours over 40 you put in every week. There is just no substitute for long days and hard work. Self made millionaires in America work an average of 59 hours per week. Many of them work 70 to 80 hours, especially at the start of their careers. They work on average of 6 days per week rather than five and work longer days as well. If you want to call a self made millionaire, phone the office before normal working hours and after normal working hours. The self made millionaire is there with when the staff, the 9 to 5ers arrive, and is still there when they leave. And here's the key: work all the time you work. When you work, don't waste time. When you get in early, put your head down and get started immediately. When people want to talk to you, excuse yourself and say, I have to get back to work. Do not drop off your dry cleaning. Phone your friends, socialize with your coworkers, or read the newspaper. Work all the time you work. Resolve today to develop the reputation for being the hardest working person in your company. This will bring you to the attention of people who can help you faster than almost anything else you can do. Action exercise. Make a plan today to increase the number of hours you work each day. Resolve to get to the office 1 hour earlier and get a head start on the day. Work at lunchtime when others are gone. Stay 1 hour later to get caught up. This strategy alone will double your output while adding only 2 hours to your day. That's amazing advice. If you do the actual economics, right? Let me see. Are we going? Okay. If you use economics, they're telling you the average person needs to work 40 hours to survive. The average work week is only 35 weeks, right? So you're at a deficit, you're losing 5 hours. How can you get ahead? The average multimillionaire is working 59 hours, which is a difference of 19, but add those other five. So it's really just 2 times harder to become successful. That's it. Most people work 40 hours, you work 60. So that's the equivalent of having an additional career. You're just working it part time. So I'm not just a businessman. I am a business. Everything I do, everything about me is business. I'm only here to earn your business. I'm not here to waste your time, nor do I want you to be here to waste mine. Does that make sense? My time is valuable. I value your time, value my time. Okay. Again, follow us on LinkedIn. We're kind of a big deal over there, right? Let's go back to the article. We need to write the editorial. We need to launch that campaign, and we have modules that we need to complete. So let's um let's continue with Android Authority. But before we do that, since Android is sponsoring today's campaign, of course they have to counterbalance the promotion that goes out for Apple and the new iPhone. We're not bipartisan, we're not partial. We respect all of our business partners. So if today's campaign is just Chevrolet without Apple, when we do a campaign for Apple, we're using the same amount of love, respect. We're using the same strength, the same resources. It's the same thing. So let's Let's go to Dubai. We only accept Bitcoin. You know, you can connect us 504-202-5915 only on Connect for business. All of our contacts are public domain. Cyraxplex@gmail.com. Just Google us. Um, in Dubai, I have a set of specialty cars. We're going to not only address my high end clients, I'm not just going to auction the Johnny Blaze. No, we're going to do some used vehicles and we'll also order some newer vehicles as we're engineering. We're only using this for inspiration to work on the ninth generation design for the Corvette. So, how can we implement business? How can we implement technology? How can we implement digital marketing? Is this where the true success is? Who are the types of people, the like minded individuals that I need to connect with in order to establish these companies, these brands, these products, these services, to penetrate these markets internationally, worldwide? Our consumer base is worldwide. We are a worldwide company. There's a reason why we have business partners all over the world. That's the way to do business. That's the only way to do business. You want to be successful, you have to do business globally. If you're doing business locally, then your success is limited to that. And that's just common sense. If I run on 2 or 3 hours of sleep and I work out every single hour of every day and I ran my business every single hour of every day and I educated myself and I did everything I did to develop my products and services, how do you think you could compete with me in business? By the time you wake up, I've already been trading all over the world for hours, days, weeks, months. All my trades are programmed. I'm giving you a lot of game. Do you want to be successful or not? I'm not here to raise more children. I have children of my own. I have grandchildren. I have little babies in Pampers that depend on me. I don't have time to waste. There's too many churches and charities and inner city youth programs that depend on me. Millions and millions and millions and millions of people depend on me every single day. I don't have time to waste. You could be successful if you put in the hard work, because that's what I had to do to be successful. I couldn't do it any other way. I had to bust my ass. I had to become an engineer and a doctor and become a lawyer. And I'm an artist and I'm a published book author and I do all the social media and I own a technology company and I'm into franchises and I'm into different food franchises. That's what it took for me to be successful. So I get to surf every day. Yes, my only vice is collecting cars. A lot of these high-end cars, they're personal vehicles, one-time use, one owner. They can be yours today. I'm at a different phase and stage in my life now that I have grandchildren. So a lot of these cars I use very gently. We're going to start with a LaFerrari Aperta 2017, 2,101 kilometers. You know, overseas is kilometers. We're the only country that does not use the metric system. This one overseas is shy of $35 million. She runs Super Sport 300 plus, 23.8 million. Daytona SP3. The Chiron Super Sport is black with the orange stripes. It's the record breaking, the same prototype, is the same. This is that car. 23,800,000, my price. We only accept Bitcoin. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, Cash App, $ Venom, R1 wins. You want to do business, 504-202-5915. Hit me up on my next cyraxplex@gmail.com 24/7. The only days we cannot do business is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until Monday morning. But come Monday morning, we are ready for business and the prices only go up. All of our prices are based on how the stock market is moving every single second. That's the proprietary technology that we own. Let us continue. SP3 2023. This is like I want to say like a mud green, gold wheels, removable top, only 640 kilometers, about 400 or 500 miles. It's a 2023. In Dubai, 21 million. Chiron Supersport 2023, 4,901 kilometers, 19 million. My price. Delivered international, of course, is way more than that. And I can help you with financing up to 1%. Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider 2024. This one is exposed carbon fiber. I have a black center line, and then I have the yellow stripes, yellow brake calipers. 0 kilometers. This is delivery miles, and I will put the warranty from 0 miles if we have to move the vehicle in the dealership. Sometimes we have to move it to wash it and things like that, or service it or whatever. 18 million. I have a Pagani Huayra Roadster 2019, white, red piping on the carbon fiber center tunnel, side skirts, carbon fiber, red stripes on the carbon fiber, one piece wheels. Again, delivery miles from new 16.3 million. My price. Lamborghini Sion Roadster, black, gold wheels, black interior, 2021, still 1,000 horsepower, but this has a super capacitor. This is not plug-in hybrid. So the only time you get additional power is when you're braking, and you can use it, you can deploy it as you want. I try to use it when I'm using the paddle shifters. So that's the use that I would give to that. 0 kilometers, delivery miles, I'll give you the warranty from zero. 15.25 million, my price to buy. Available right now. Please connect me. 504-202-5915. Shout out to all my business partners in Valuetainment, Patrick Bet David, the New York Yankees, Vayner Media. Um, Mercedes-Benz AMG 1. This car has a special place in my heart. It's black on black, but I do have some aqua stripes on the bottom of the doors. Again, delivery miles 2023. It took me a while to get this car, so I held on to it for a little bit. 14.5 million, my price. McLaren Speedtail. This is the second one. This one is priced different because this one is 0 miles. The Polaris blue one that I have, I put miles on it. I just brought that in from Dominican Republic for the second time. So it's traveled the world 2 times already. 2021, it's white, blue interior, black carbon fiber top, see-through panoramic roof, fully loaded, carbon fiber winglets only on the front wheels. Available on the rear wheels if you like adjustable wings as well. 14 million even, my price. Bugatti Chiron Super Sport, regular sport 2021, 8,758 kilometers. So it was used about 5 years because I got it 1 year before it came out. 13.5 million. My price today. Please hit me up on the neck, or you can bid on whatnot. If you have Bitcoin, we only accept Bitcoin, Ethereum 2, and Tron. Huayra Carbon Edition, all exposed carbon hardtop. It has the movie style doors, 0 kilometers from new. It is a 2014. It's an older car, but never been used. Battery's been, updated. Everything else, all the systems inside have all the upgrades. 12.5 million, my price. I have a McLaren P1 GTR. This is one of my race cars. This one is not the one with the red top. This one has the orange top. It's like a black, kind of like a carbon fiber, gunmetal gray, but with the orange, black front nose, carbon fiber lip, carbon fiber wing, 0 kilometers, 12.3 million. Notice it's $200 less than the carbon edition Huayra. The difference is the Huayra has air conditioning, massage on the seats, everything works. The McLaren is a race car. So there are no creature comforts in that car. And I'm taking these offline. These are not going to be sold. Those are not going to be sold. Not today. Not today. That's it. All right, I'm going to close this inventory for today. And let's see what else we can find. Let me find something. Let me go to my inventory here, stateside. Let me see if I can find something like European, exotic, but that's not going to break the bank. So let's go. Let's go Rolls Royce. We could do Rolls Royce. See what I have in my Rolls Royce inventory. I'm part of this new yacht club, so everybody has these. So we have to find some for our clients there that they can use. Like some of my clients, they go fishing, they throw it in the back of the Rolls Royce. That they just don't want it to get damaged. You can still clean it, but these are people that collect them and really use them. So we'll go to least expensive. Let's give ourselves a budget. Let's do 200,000. Let's see what I have. 200,000 or less. So when we go from $14 million on average, right? Average price. Let's just bring it down to 200 grand. I got to go a little bit over so that I can get nice inventory. And I'll put it on dealership settings and we'll see what we can find. Maybe we'll get some cars before they get put on the auction. Maybe they were repossessed by the insurance. So let us continue. Let's go now. Now that we have a range, let's go lowest mileage. And let's see how many fine examples we can kind of offer the public, right? So now let's segment off and let's go right back to today's sponsors. Please log on to androidauthority.com, Android Authority, for any other questions. This is by Hadley Simmons, an Android Authority team member since 2018. Hadley is a technology journalist with almost 15 years of experience under his belt with expertise in chipsets, cameras, and niche tech brands you've probably never heard of. Thank you very much. You could connect with him through email or on X. Mobile, the most popular Android phones in Q2 2025 also beat the cheapest new iPhone. Very interesting. Let's be neutral. Let's not take one side over one side. The most popular Android phones in Q2 2025 also beat the cheapest new iPhone. Hello, India. Samsung's new cheapest phones beat the iPhone 16e, while the iPhone 16 Plus didn't even reach the top 10. Number one, Counterpoint Research has released its list of the top 10 best selling phones for Q2 of 2025. Number two, three iPhone 16 series models occupied the top three spots, but two Galaxy phones beat the iPhone 16e. So, second tier competitor, but not a bad try. Samsung may need consulting. So, cyraxplex at gmail.com. Link up with us on Manek. Call us on Manek 504 202 5915 and join us on LinkedIn. We're a very big deal over there. Shout out to Apple and Samsung. They tend to dominate the list of most popular smartphones each quarter. Now, Counterpoint Research has announced the top 10 best selling phones in Q2 2025, and it's mostly business as usual. Don't want to miss the best from Android Authority? Set us as a preferred source in Google search to support us and make sure you never miss our latest exclusive reports, expert analysis, and much more. Find out more here, and you guys can click. Counterpoint Research revealed that iPhone 16 series handsets were the top three most popular smartphones in Q2 2025. The iPhone 16 was at the top, followed by the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and then the iPhone 16 Pro. Curiously, the iPhone 16 Plus was entirely missing from the top 10 list, so we can perhaps see why the company changed tack and launched the iPhone Air last week. Two Samsung phones beat the latest iPhone. The most popular Android phone was the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G in fourth place. This isn't the first time the company's Galaxy A1X phones have been the best selling Android phones in a quarter, but it's still a testament to the phone's price and features, as well as Samsung's footprint. This was followed by the Galaxy A06 4G in fifth place. What's rather interesting this time, though, is that the Galaxy A16 5G and Galaxy A06 4G actually beat the iPhone 16e for sixth place. So then that means that the Androids were fifth and fourth place, and one, two, three obviously has to go to Apple. Yes, Samsung's budget phones edged out the latest and cheapest Apple release at the time of the report. You can't blame launch timing either, as the iPhone 16e was released in the previous quarter. I'm guessing that pricing was the biggest reason why Samsung's budget phones outperformed the iPhone 16e at the sales tills. After all, the iPhone 16e launched at $599. That's a great deal because remember, the Watch Pro is 800 and the top of the AirPods are like 800. So 500 bucks you get a whole phone. While the Galaxy A16 5G cost $200. Wow, so they're coming in below half price. And the A06 4G retails for 110. So I can see, okay, maybe like a student, somebody just started college, maybe they're getting an associate's degree. A phone that's 110 to $200 is not a bad deal. You can build an entire business with that. So what's your entry of cost to get into the business market? That's a perfect example right there. $110, you have your own digital platform, it's portable, it's rechargeable, it connects online. You can go to an internet cafe and run your entire business, even without mobile service, if you cannot afford mobile service. Because when I started my company, I cannot afford mobile service. Okay, let's go. This is still a noteworthy turn of events, as Apple's latest releases tend to occupy the top spots with ease. What about the rest of the list? Samsung phones also appear elsewhere on the list, as the Galaxy A16 4G and Galaxy S25 Ultra are ranked 7th and 8th, respectively. It's no surprise to see either phone here. So this is a different category, different list. In fact, Galaxy Ultra phones have cracked the top 10 list in Q2 a few years in a row now. Very good for Samsung. They're working on it. They're trying to catch up, but they're doing pretty good. Not too bad because to make it better, you have to make it more expensive. So they're the best in the budget premium quality market. Budget premium quality market where my NFTs are sold, where my clothing is sold, my sneaker lines, all my products and services. This is the fundamental basis of how we establish these businesses and these companies. People can afford my clothing because it's attached to my music. If I just sold you the music, it would be too expensive. If I just sold you the clothing, it would be too expensive. But if I put them together, I can mass produce them. And now I can cater to a worldwide market. Why just corner my investments to one type of investments? When my military design slowed down and I went to medical technology, the only thing I could do was go into mining and cryptography and digital currencies and all these things. If it wasn't for NFTs, it would have never saved my company. The NFTs made more money, brought more value to my catalog than any other investment combined by a long shot. And for how many years consistently? People think that you spend all these years in school educating yourself. I'm more educated by myself than in any educational institution. I could give you the Bronx Community College education, I could give you the School of Hard Knocks, or I could give you the Pepperdine education. Whichever one you like, I have an investment for you. I'm only here to do business. So link up with me on LinkedIn, hit me up on my neck, email me at Gmail, and you could do it through any one of these platforms. My number is public domain. It will never change. Shout out to my business partners on Cash App. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, $ Venom R1 wins 24/7. You can leave a note also and let me know. I can give you a shout out while we're creating content and running these campaigns for these Fortune 500 companies. We could be talking about your gift to us. And if you want to join our community, online masterclasses absolutely for free. Go on YouTube, type in the search bar, simply learn. There's classes uploaded every single day. There's no excuse. Anything you're interested in, go to the playlist, go to the topics, whether it's a business, technology, marketing, promotion, publicity, distribution, customer service, whatever it is that you need to work on, we can help. We're only here to help. The same way you guys learn from us, we learn from you guys. So each one teach one. The only way you pay us back is by you find one person that you can help. Every single day you've done your job. If you just help one person, it's worth it. That one student, that one client can become that business partner, that one investment, that one angel investor that takes your company on a quantum growth. Not just scaling regular. I mean quantum like started at the bottom, now we here. Started at the bottom, now my whole team. To give you an example. I may have written those songs for some of your favorite artists. You may not know that by seeing me on a day to day basis, but I'm only here to do business because this is what we do. There's welcome news. If you aren't a fan of the Apple Samsung duopoly, as the Xiaomi Redmi 14C 4G was the ninth most popular phone of the quarter. This comes a year after Redmi 13C 4G made the list. Counterpoint attributed its performance to emerging regions like Latin America, the Middle East, and Africa. Where do you think my biggest concerts and tours are? My biggest products and services, my biggest investments. Where do you think they are? These are the markets. If you're thinking locally as far as a business, even a franchise, you're only thinking about this local region. Think about the whole world. What if I go to Africa and open up a Starbucks? What if I go to Latin America and open up more Starbucks? What if I go to the east end of Africa and open more Starbucks? What could propel my company to get to a point where I could do that? I don't like the word employee. I don't have employees. All I have is business partners. Every day I'm looking for those people to give them that gift, $2 or $3 million, to see what they do with it. You want to invest in my franchise? You want to invest in your own? You want to invest in my investment firm? I'm here to give you the opportunity. Starbucks pays for anywhere from 2 to 4 years of digital online community college, absolutely for free. When you come into the company, you come in as a stockholder, you come in as a stock owner. So every client is one of yours as well. That's the mentality you need to have. One moment could change your life or it could stay the same. The choice is yours. I got tired of struggling. I got tired of working hard and building everybody else's dreams. I had to eventually build my own dreams and say, listen, I don't mind working hard every single day, educating myself. What kind of degrees do I need? I need to study technology. I have to study the law. What do I need to study to get the skill sets that I need to take my business or my businesses to the next level? And how many people can I train and educate to come with me so we could continuously build businesses, build trust all over the world for people to want to do business with us, creating new products and new services, looking for gaps in the market. What can we offer? This is an internet cafe. This can work anywhere in the world. You're only limited to your mentality. Now, I don't mind selling you a Ferrari, Porsche, Lamborghini, but that's not a advisable investment. I would say invest in a business and an investment first. Build up your portfolio, and then I can sell you one of these 30, $40 million cars. But right now, today, we're gonna go and we're gonna start with a budget of around 280,000. I'm really trying to close on a Rolls Royce for as close to 200,000 as possible. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna go grab my drinks, which should be ready, and we will continue. We're gonna continue with lecture number 6, a problem in supply chain management. One second. Every day I look for two or three people to gift $2 or $3 million to every single day. For today, I already found those people. Every single day I look for those people in different circumstances. I just travel the whole earth looking for those few people every single day. Dreams come true. My company slogan is dreams come true. I am team. One moment could change your life or it could stay the same. The choice is absolutely yours. You'll be surprised. Papa Bear, smarter than the average bear. Mama didn't raise no fool. Beautiful. Now, for promotion and marketing for our franchises, this is important that we keep track. Presentation is very important. You need to have the same amount of love. No matter what investment you're in, what product or service, you have to treat it as it's yours. Because one day it's going to be yours. It's only a matter of time. Once you decide that that's what you really want to do, how many people don't, let's say, buy a Domino's franchise from me? 2 or 3 years, they buy it. Everything I taught them in 2 or 3 years is game over. Now they're the owners. You know what I'm saying? But that's life. Que la bendiga. Pase buen día. Have a blessed day. So let us continue. What can we find here? We're going to go by lowest mileage. I'm going to increase the budget just a little bit, not too much. Here we go with the advertisements. Technology can tell that I'm creating content where they're not monetizing. I'm using it for my own personal businesses. And what winds up happening is the fact that it's going to automatically find a way to monetize. So since it can run full promotion, it'll run a click ad or something similar. Okay, so lowest mileage. Let's see what we have here. 31,000. Okay, now, okay. And then you have to see there's a segment where I'm just getting bombarded. Rolls Royce Cullinan, 2020. I don't like the price. They're not showing me the miles, so I'm not interested. A lot of these cars are auction cars. They're coming out of private collections. A lot of these are nice, man. But this, like, you have to understand that by the time you're collecting these kind of cars, it's really like you have everything. You know what I'm saying? It really means you have everything. So, very humbling to know that you can set a goal for yourself that is as attainable as that. Just really wanting it so bad and so heavy on your heart. You know what I mean? That you work hard and you achieve it. You use all the people that put you down and say this and do that, etc. You just use it as fuel. Every negative situation, you turn it into a positive. It becomes a habit. It becomes a muscle that you develop. You have to also understand that just because you have an education, you're an entrepreneur, you're a deca millionaire, everybody is not. They don't understand the language that you speak. It's like trying to speak Chinese to a Japanese person. It's not the same thing. Or speaking Japanese to a Chinese person. Completely different thing. Mandarin dialects are different in different parts of the world. Now, as you can see, there's a bottleneck here. Maybe because we have two interactive. No worries, my love. Dios la bendiga. God bless you. Um, Anytime, no worries. We are team. I am team. This is what we do. We are the best. I got your back. You got my back. It's all good. Um, Let me see. It's very important to support one another. This is not easy. Technology, this is no joke. This is the real work right here. Give me one quick second while this loads. I have some 2020. Oh, but okay, I see the 2025s. I don't have prices on these yet. I have a few trade-ins that are, a year or two older, one owner cars, people from my yacht club, stuff like that. These are cars that I know personally, well taken care of. My business partners, they travel a lot. They don't really, I mean, they drive these, but things like with the family, you know. So here we have a good example. We have a 2022 Rolls-Royce Ghost. It's a beautiful sky blue, white, and gray leather interior. 207 miles for only 258,600. My price. But I can have this car at your front door for about 3 Bitcoins, and it's a beautiful machine. Beautiful machine. 19 miles to the gallon. It's a luxury car. 12 in the city. Very powerful engine. Twin turbo. It's a V12. 6.7 liters. This car moves. This car moves. It's not for everybody, but the price compared to some exotics is very reasonable. We just looked at cars that are like 30 million, 15 million, 10 million. And for my students, I want you guys to get comfortable because this is the new language that you're learning to speak. There's a reason why the roof interior has the stars because it needs you to think big and it needs you to dream big because it's the only way that you can attain these things. And it's not about attaining them, it's not the materialistic thing or how much it costs. It's just the fact that you set a goal for yourself and you did something nice for yourself. And you did it for yourself in a way that you could afford it and it wasn't going to hurt your finances. It's not about the money thing. If anything, people that have wealth, they'll respect if you got the original car and you're still the original owner. If you gave up on the program or the investment and you got rid of the car, then it's not looked upon the same. But anything below 1 to 3 owners, you're pretty good. These are people that, again, people from our yacht club and things like that. Like, um, they may use it daily, but low mileage. They're not driving too far. They just want to enjoy it. They just want to be private. They just want to be in peace. They want to hear a good sound system. They wanted to just cruise down the road and just do everything it's supposed to do. If they have a conversation with a family member or a loved one, business partner, everything is clear. The entertainment sounds phenomenal. If you play music, it feels like you're in a concert. Most of my clients, I tell them, you're just afraid to go to a music concert. And this is why you buy these high-end luxury cars because you want the sound system. It's the sound system that you want. But I tell them, you know what? Go overseas and go to a concert. Go support a new artist in a genre that you never heard before, but that you like, that may be popular, may not be popular. Just go explore the world. And while you're doing that, yes, it's a corporate, tax write-off, but look for business opportunities. You don't want to fly the private jet from our company. Yeah, we got a few private jets that you can fly and then come home and not be able to do that. You want to be able to do that with all your businesses, all your products, all your services, all of your investments. This one is white. It's a two-tone white, beautiful chrome grille. It's not the big, big, big one. It's not the Phantom. This is mid-range. I'm just building my wealth. The Phantom is almost double the price. Now you also have a decision to make. You can have his and hers. You can buy two of these for the price of one Phantom, or you could work hard enough to own both Phantoms and maybe throw in the convertible for yourself. It all depends what your definition of happiness and success is. It's not the same for everybody. For some people, it's just the freedom to do whatever they want. For me, it's surfing every day. That's my life. I love art. I love music. Love entertainment. I love technology. I get to engineer, design, run my businesses, have fun, stay fit, and just have fun. Just enjoy life. Life is way too precious. Your time is way too valuable. Stress will do more damage to you than anything else. That's just me speaking to you as a doctor. Now, the interior of this Rolls Royce, it's a beautiful pastel blue, gray inserts, but on the outside, it's like light gray, beige, and like a smoke tint for the actual leather. Beautiful interior is lit. Rolls Royce emblem is lit. You have like the galaxy view on the top. Remember, selected on the constellation of the day that you were born, or maybe like a special day in your life, just to kind of remind you. that magic is real, that dreams really come true. And if it could happen to anybody, it could happen to you. Why can't you be the next Jeff Bezos? You know what I'm saying? The next Elon Musk, the next whoever you idolize or that you look up to or that inspires you, you could be the next. You know, you could do it bigger and better and push the culture forward if you really care about it. I really care about art. To me, this is automotive art. But financially, I still have to give you advice. I'm not here to tell you what you always want to hear. You understand me? A true friend makes you cry because that person tells you the truth. You know, you can make it a goal and you can have this. Anybody can have this if you're willing to have the discipline, build the credit, pay off the debt, make the savings, invest in the businesses, burn the midnight oil, work hard 7 days a week. You can have this and way more than this. You can have so much more than this that this will be like nothing. But everybody doesn't want that, and that's okay. For the people that are not interested in that, find your happiness in whatever gives you happiness. I love dealing with people. I love business. I love customer service. I love attention to detail. I love thinking about the future. I love thinking about new exciting ideas, new opportunities. I want to go on new adventures every single day. I don't want any 2 days that I'm alive to be the same. Never again in my life will any 2 days be the same. You can have that life as well. Because just yesterday I was just like you. Just yesterday I was just like you. And look how life has changed. I own a technology company. I'm Spanish. I put hot sauce on everything. I love the Yankees. Some people don't want to do business with you because they don't like the New York Yankees. But if I did it, you can do it. Car like this, I give you 1% financing, you'll be paying $2,400 a month. Calculate what's the minimum you will have to generate to own this vehicle comfortably. That should be your first target goal for success. And for every person, it's different. You may want to bake cupcakes. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. Go and whatnot, sell them. Because I'm going to sell my cupcakes online. You know what I'm saying? Here we have a Rolls Royce Dawn, 215,000 convertible. It's for a different type of consumer. Um, Now we know when we do our build for the Corvette, we'll stick to a convertible. Let's pick a car that we could compare to and work our way towards building the Corvette. Even though we know we have an exit strategy for our investment, we're going to cash out with the Silverado, but we're going to do it with the base model, four-wheel drive, electric vehicle. We are in the 50,000 range, give and take, compared to the Corvette is nothing less than 82,000, which is our goal for today. So that's an example with the Ghost. It's 258,000. It is a premium car. I would advise my customer or my clients to pay the extra just because the mileage is so low. I don't want to sell you a car that's cheaper and it has more miles. But we can use it as a comparison, right? 207 miles. Um, let's see. Mm, and then every opportunity, you turn a negative into a positive. That needs to be your focus, no matter what happens. What can you learn from it? How can you improve? What can you make better? Can you make it better? Yes. Can we build it? Yes. Can we build it better? Yes. Can we build it more affordable? Can we increase customer service? Can we increase client engagement? How do we create more business opportunities every day, hammering at this new world that we just happen to be ahead of as a technology company? Putting this on the podcast. This is like you have access to all my company business meetings. That's what the podcasts are. I showed you how to close deals from day one. Look at this example. You know what? This is going to be our benchmark inventory, but this is by comparison, it's a 2010. It's not a 22. This one doesn't have 207 miles. This one has 6,890 miles 111,950. My price, you can have this for 1,000 a month. I much rather sell you the 2022 with 207 miles that I know I could guarantee you that the next 36, 48,000 miles are going to be worry free. This car went almost 7,000 miles, gave me no problems, but it's 207 miles. You haven't even broken in the engine. The engine is not going to give you full power till you have at least 1,100, 1,200 miles. After 500 miles, the engine and the valves, everything sits airtight. But do you want to pay 1,100, 1,200 a month, or do you want to pay 22, 2,300 a month? You see the difference? By the time you get to the Phantom, you're going to be paying 5, 6,000 a month. But what if you built your net worth where you can have that? What if you can use these business principles on a regular vehicle? Let me look at some of these beautiful images. Shout out to Prestige Imports in Miami, also my business partners. Um, this one is all factory. It is black, so it's more maintenance to have to deal with it, but it's not a bad car. For the price, it's not a bad deal. This is a car that I would give to somebody that I care for. You know what I mean? Somebody that's close to me as a gift. Instead of buying you a Rolex, I would buy you something like this. I'll get you a Rolls Royce instead of a Rolex. That's the way that I think about business. Everything I do is on that level, right? It's black. It has the chrome wheels. You don't have to put wheels on this. You don't have to put tints on this. You don't have to take it to unique whips and customize the interior. This car is just sign and drive. Just drive it as it is. Enjoy it. Travel. If you live in the United States, drive through the whole United States with this car. Enjoy it. And after you've experienced all of that, and you look for every business opportunity you can think about, then get rid of the vehicle. But you don't need to modify, you don't need to change it. You don't have anything to prove to anybody but yourself. If you buy this car, buy it for you. Don't buy it for the toxic family members. Don't buy it for the haters. Don't buy it for what people are going to think. None of that stuff is important. Your peace of mind, you buy this for you. This is a gift for yourself. I set a goal for myself. I worked hard over a short amount of time, a short period of time. I put in XYZ amount of hard work, and this is to tell myself, keep going. This is to tell myself that I could do it no matter what. Because all the attention you get in this car is not always good. Everybody's not going to give you a thumbs up. Some people might throw an egg at this car just to hurt your feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be ready for that. It's not just, I'm going to be successful and everything's going to be peaches and cream. People may think that you're coming across as you're trying to fit in and you're trying to showcase this other thing, and it's farthest from the truth. All you want is peace of mind. All you want to do is live life and enjoy your life. You can work hard for this. You can work hard for the 2022. You can work hard for the 2025. But I see the potential in you to have the Rolls Royce. I'm not saying that that's what life is about. You can set that as a goal and buy yourself a BMW, buy yourself a Mercedes, buy yourself a Kia, buy yourself a Hyundai, whatever makes you happy. But you're still using this same discipline, the same kind of state of mind to work towards that goal. And it feels more powerful to say I could have 10 of these cars and I'm just not interested. I have things that I need to resolve within myself. So I'm selling a lot of the cars in my collection because for many years I was working so hard and collecting so many cars, and this is not the way to solve issues. I bought a Corvette one time because I got into an argument with my mother. That is not healthy. As a doctor, I have to tell myself, yo, that's not cool. Nor is that what I want to teach my alumni. Beautiful Spirit of Ecstasy, not see through. It doesn't light up. It's automatic. It has the anti-theft thing. The center caps are from the Phantom. So even as the vehicle moves, the Rolls Royce emblem will always stay leveled. And it's a beautiful machine. Again, you don't have anything to prove to anybody. You're not buying this for somebody else. This is for you. This is for you to enjoy. You don't even have to tell people that you own this car. You could drive by one of your businesses, one of your investments, one of your properties, one of your rental properties, and just know that it's there waiting for you. Plugged up, charged up, full tank of gas. You can have your mayordomo pick you up at the airport. Let them drive it, let them enjoy it. Let them drive you back to your property. And then that weekend, that Saturday, that Sunday, take it out for a spin. Then go to another part of the world where you have other businesses, other investments, other properties. You have other vehicles there. So what if the mayordomo gets sick? What if the person that cleans your house needs to go get some cleaning supplies and they need a vehicle to drive? You just happen to have a Rolls Royce in your property. It may not be the 22 or the 25. It may not be the Phantom, but it's a Ghost. It's a 2010. You bought it for yourself. It symbolizes something emotionally deeper for you than what it costs materialistically. Your house costs more than this car. Your business costs more than this car. You probably have jewelry that costs way more than this car. But the car means that you give yourself that space to have that concert experience all to yourself. And if people want to make fun of it that it's a 2010, let them. It doesn't matter. If I give this to my Uncle Sam and he fights with me because it's 2010, too bad. Buy yourself a Rolls Royce. See how easy it is. You don't want to appreciate this one? Well, this is the one God gave me to give to you. You don't like it, too bad for you. God bless you. Every time you pray, when you say God bless you, you're releasing the demon from its duties. Let people say and think whatever they want. You work hard on yourself. You be a good person. You do it the right way. You go fight for a future. You go get your education. You go help people. You don't depend on the system. You want to help people in your country back home, you help them with your own money. You know what I'm saying? With your own investments, on your own terms. Let people say and think and talk whatever they want. It doesn't matter. You cannot deposit that in the bank. You can't get a Bitcoin with that. Secure all your Bitcoins. You're going to need them. Trust me. The future is not coming. The future is already here. Hard work pays off. The harder I work, the luckier I get. Let's go to our editorial, right? Let's see if we could publish the Sunday edition directly on LinkedIn. Let's feature it. Let's see how it came out for those people that are going to see it on, let's say, on their computer or mobile. We can check both. Actually, let me open the module here so we can check how it looks on mobile. Mobile is important because it is one of our main markets. So we just want to make it fair, make it available on multiple formats. So now very quickly, let's go to production and check out the newest article of Future Tech Plus on LinkedIn, right? Subscribe, share, follow us. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read the funny part, okay? We'll start with that. September 15th, 2025. Another week complete. All is well. All is blessed. Business partners are happy. Family members, loved ones are all happy. Clients, customers happy. And me, I am at peace. I just took myself to dinner. It was great. Heaven sent. A quarter pounder smash burger, mashed potatoes. I skipped the french fries. You guys know I'm on a diet. I lost 400 pounds in 1 year. No pickles, no onions, no ketchup. Ranch and barbecue on the side at Chili's. To start, salsa. That's my franchise right up the street. So if you want a really, really good burger, go check it out. It's very good. Very, very good. Just to give you kind of like an example. So now we have the Sunday editorial published. Today, when we finish everything, we're going to do the writing part of the exam on the Monday editorial, which will be a recap of everything. Because remember, we ran marketing campaigns for Apple, Samsung, and Nintendo. This week, we're already starting with Android Authority, which shows us foot on the ground what the market is really doing. So when we're investing, when we're thinking globally, we fully understand what's going on from a global spectrum. Only an education can give you that. An education is going to teach you how to learn, and by default, it's going to teach you how to teach. So if you can teach and learn and teach at the same time, you're unstoppable. In order for the competition to beat me, they're going to have a lifetime's worth of education and things to be really, really good on to even compete with me when we're in the same conversations with BlackRock, Blackstone, and Hypnosis. I don't need to mention millions and millions of other investment firms, venture capital firms, private equity firms, and all these financing structures are just not on the same spectrum. There's no way that I could put it in a box and say it's just art, or it's just music, or it's just entertainment, or it's my video game system, or the video games themselves. It's the clothing with the NFTs built inside. It's the futuristic shoes, or any component that I've designed with my company, in my company, for my company, in business, for myself, successfully doing it for many, many years. Portfolios several decades old. So this is not just about 24x EBITDA. For my students, I want you to write about that. What is your perspective? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about it? How can you apply to your business, your products, your services, your industry, and your trade? Because my investments are in technology. I can talk to you about technology for the rest of eternity. But maybe your field is real estate. Maybe your field is recycling like I am, jewelry business like I am in. You understand me? I don't wear jewelry, but I sell jewelry. I'm into precious metals. I don't just buy and sell them. I create new products with them, but I also recycle them and repurpose them. So design can be inspired by anything as long as it's producing a profit. There's a business need, there's a business opportunity. You never know when and where you're going to find these opportunities. But you have to use everything at your disposal to figure out how you can be the best at what you do in your industry, trade, and field. It's not about competing with the external markets. Competition sometimes has to start with you. Let us continue. We'll work on editorial last. So let's go and write. We need to download the art for the new albums, right? The new NFTs. Some of these are nice, they're animated, but I'm unable to put them in the format. Okay, so let's go. This is 4K, right? Excellent. Um, Sometimes you have to go back twice. These came out super duper nice. Let's go back to production real quick. Let's just show you guys one quick second. I just had a conversation with one of my clients. I think they're going to be very happy with this work. There's a lot of attention to detail. The colors are crazy. This is a preview for the video game system. This is how it's going to look. So I'm working on the characters right now. I'll be doing the ninth generation Corvette, but I'm also working on the new Iron Man. So there's a lot of different ways for me to be in movies. I don't have to be in movies personally anymore. I could just be the character and like do the voiceover or something like that. Or I could have my company design the visual graphics, even if it's only for a small segment in the movie or whatever they make from the movies, a series, comic books, video games, etc. It's still intellectual property, and I will still make a profit from however many people buy the video game or the movies and stuff like that. Give me one quick second. Let me see if that one with the John Legend playing at the same time. Okay, let's go. Right, give you an example. Um, every time you select like an idea, it's gonna basically give you different options. And for the clothing line, especially, is the reason why I like certain designs. You know what I'm saying? Certain color palettes, because for the video game, I wanted to look animated, but as realistic as it could be while still being animated. So I want it to look like a real video game. I mean, not like a real video game, like a real comic book, but the video game itself. So this is to give you an example. And because it's a specialty album and we've already launched so many of these series, I can't put as many NFTs in each album, but at least we can keep it in the same series. Let me see, hold on. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's just giving me multiple options. So now that we have that, let's go and pick up where we left off. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so we go into the module. We already have the artwork selected. Um, should we start the campaign for marketing for the album? Yes. Let's go ahead and launch the campaign. So we'll let our business partners know that we're ready, and that we're gonna be doing it. You know what I mean? Get everything situated. Mm, this album series, okay, and then we could do these as NFTs. Got it. This is gonna be excellent. Hold up. We'll put this one. This one is from the video game, so it's all good. That'll be the album right there. Now let's let our business partners know because it's instant, but you still have to do it. So let's just program it from right now. And this is very tempting, very, very tempting. It's a long play. There's gonna be a triple album. So that album will be ready to go. So I'll be recording that shortly. But at least we can start the marketing campaign. Let them know that I got a new album coming out today, and we'll do the triple album today. And then what we'll do is when this album is released, we'll increase the price for the catalog. So let me program all of the marketing so our business partners know. Mm, Promotion and marketing is crazy. Wait till y'all see the graphics. Now, for the rest of the day, I still got to work on the movie. I got to work on the video game. I still got to work out. I have a list, but we're going to be creating content all day. So we're in a good time, so I'll be able to work out all day. Okay. Let's update. then we'll let management know. You know what I mean? Video game is gonna look incredible, my man. Be on the lookout for my gaming system. They are in serious trouble. Let's see what they have, when they're gonna schedule this business meeting, because that's what I'm waiting for. Still nothing. They're gonna delay it. They're gonna delay the meeting because this is the A&R from Europe, and he just started his own label. I see the label player. I'm not even interested. All right, let's go. Or we could release we could pre-release the album for the super fans. Give them access to the album first. So we could do the auction and release the album. As soon as we do the auction, we release the album right there. You know what I mean? Mm. Mm. Yeah, pre-selected. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, now, of course, there's going to be a few firms that are going to have their bids open. Shout out to Ramiolis. Congratulations. Statewide Hispanic Chamber. Yeah. Shout out to Ramiolis Management. Now we're going to let management know that we are thing. Shout out to Tahiri too. Yo te escribo después, mami. Okay. Entonces, let me see. That's it. The album's ready. So when I finish here, I'll go straight to the studio. Let me see. I may go to my Chili's to go eat. Go have the meeting from there. I have to call my mom first. So, all right. So the marketing campaign already for the album already has started. And let me show y'all a sneak peek of the album cover. This is in-game footage of the video game right here. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna make the Corvette build a convertible. We're gonna be below 120,000, which is probably what that Rolls Royce would be, in the streets. That was a Dawn. This is a Ghost, and it's a hardtop. So we can use that as inspiration when we're building Silverado. So since we're gonna write last, let's go to our Corvette inventory, and we're gonna make it a convertible. Remember, we were inspired Lamborghini Kala. So select the convertible, reset and start over, and go to your handheld um, simulator, okay? So start it as a baseline. First of all, let me change this color because it's giving me the Long Beach red. Very nice color, but not for this build. I'm gonna build it at least a 2LT because I have a little bit of to grow. Matter of fact, no, let's go 3LT. We'll go 3LT and then I'll check what's in the markets. And that way we could do a performance test. So let's go Let's see. Just to kind of have an idea of what's out there. That way I can give you an example and then a available real life world example. You know what I mean? So we're going to use both versions of the simulator. So hardware, software. One is design application, one is execution. So let's go Chevrolet. Let's go Corvette. Oh, look, the E-rays are separate. You know why? Because the E-rays are categorized as electric vehicle or hybrid vehicles. But let's see if they'll still come up on the search. So dealership settings, let's go with um, nationwide delivery. Again, paid by the person who or orders the vehicle. If you want to order a new one, I'll order you a new one. But I do have inventory of pre-owned and certified cars that are. One second. Prices will include delivery because this is just the United States. If you're going abroad, then it's a different breakdown. So let's go below. Let me see, the 22. We decided on the 2010. So let's go 150,000, 60 to 150,000. Let's go years. We're going to go 2020 and beyond because for these particular clients, again, these are some of my business partners, some of my neighbors. They're in the same yacht club. Let's go 2020. 24 is my favorite year, so I'm always going to try to find, the best that I can. But why is it not giving me a 2020 option? It's saying 23 to 26. Whatever. This is not good. Okay, let's go. Um, we don't have the option that we need. Shout out to Samsung, of course. They would put a thing right there. So nationwide, 150,000 max, mileage, trim, exterior, transmission, financing, authorized dealer. Yeah, only authorized dealers. I don't even want to see anything that's not like doesn't have a clean Carfax, stuff like that. Cars that don't have a history behind them, I won't collect them. I won't sell them. All right, now that we have our parameters, let's just go lowest mileage so that we don't have to set that as a borderline parameter. But this way we can secure the border. Um, give me. Let's see where we are. Let's see. Okay, coming out of stuff right now. I have a yo say word. Oh, that's a new arrival. Okay, I can't sell this car yet, but I'm still gonna look into it. I like what I see. Okay, hold on. Okay, that could be today's example. So let's go 3LT. We already selected um, the color is inspired by the color. And we started with the Speedtail as a baseline. That's probably the most expensive I have in the United States. Overseas, obviously, I have another one. I actually have two over there, but the white one is for sale today only. Um, let's close that out. We're gonna do the comparison also to F430. So let's go Lamborghini Diablo, and then let's just move forward to since we already did the showcase on the race car. Let's go Gallardo, and it should tell us about the prototype. We already know the specifications. It's all the same car. This is this is the Kala, but the release version. Put it that way. This is the civilian version. The Kala is the prototype supercar, exotic concept vehicle. Let's see if we can get a little bit more on this. This would be a good example. Wait. Yo, the Valentino Balboni, the green with the white and the gold silver piping like that on the side, beautiful. Which I could look for a few of those, but that won't be for today. Look at the Super Trofeo, yo, the STO is crazy, my man. That could be inspiration for today's design right there. There, Neo Nemesis, Singapore limited edition, exclusive. This is what GT3. Those are our cars right there. Nope. Let's go back to Diablo GT. We have Joda. Those cars, that's a different program, man. I can't even consider that a Diablo. That's like something else. They're good for the historical part of it, but it has nothing to do with the prototypes. The Acosta is more where I can see the Acosta and Kanto are very close. It's like Kanto was the concept, then they watered it down for the Acosta, and then somehow the Kala never got made. So let's go Lamborghini Kala. It's a concept car. So you guys are ready? Let's rock and roll. 1 second. We'll go Kala, and then we'll go to the F430. Lamborghini Kala. The Lamborghini Kala, also known as the Ital Design Kala, which that's the real car, was a concept car designed for Lamborghini by Ital Design Guigiario. It was first shown at the 1995 Geneva Motor Show. It was a completely functional prototype that never made it into production. Its name was derived from the Piedmontese dialect of northern Italy and meant "look over there." The Kala was envisioned by Ital Design to fill Lamborghini's need for a replacement for the Jalpa. Jalpa is the real target car. Give me a Lamborghini Jalpa on the track, please. Because it is the spiritual successor. But let's continue with the Kala. The production of which was discontinued in 1988. So, damn, it took them a long time, but engineering, I guess money was tight back then. In 1998, at the behest of then owners of the company Chrysler, when Chrysler sold Lamborghini to Megatech in 1994, the Kala's design took shape, but when Megatech sold Lamborghini to the Volkswagen Group in 1998, they got rid of that car, rid of the company in 4 years. That's a quantum leap. The concept was shelved 15 years after the end of its production. The Joppa would finally be replaced in 2003 by the Gallardo, which used the principles of the Kala as an inspiration. So obviously it's a more, GT design. The Kala was powered by a mid-mounted V10, which generated a maximum power output of 400 horsepower. So that's why, okay, take the Kala off the simulator, give me Lamborghini Jalpa. All right, Lamborghini Jalpa, entry-level sports car manufactured by Lamborghini from 1981 to 1988. Lamborghini Jalpa, Spanish pronunciation Salpa, is a sports car produced by the Italian automotive manufacturer Lamborghini from 1981 until 1988. It debuted at the 1981 Geneva Motor Show alongside the Lamborghini LM001 concept off-road vehicle. So then put that on the simulator because that's going to be my competitor in the Silverado Challenge. So we're basically comparing both designs as close as possible, right? Even though obviously we're not Chrysler, right? It debuted at the 1981 Geneva Motor Show alongside the Lamborghini LM001 concept off-road vehicle. The Jalpa was the last Lamborghini to use a V8 engine until the Urus SUV in 2018. So here we have the real vehicle. And as you can see, let's go to production. Look at this right here. So when you guys edit it for the magazine, this is the Jalpa. What color is it? The same color, amarillo, which is what we're building. Let us continue. So V8 overview, let's go to specifications. How much power? 3.5 liter V8. Let's go to the engine. The Jalpa was fitted with a 3.5 liter 210 cubic inch double overhead camshaft version of the V8 engine used in the silhouette on which it was based, designated by the L353. The version used in the Jalpa had a power output of 255, so 250, let's say 300 horsepower. With a base model C8, we're almost at 500, so we have that beat already. But in the exotic world, although it's not a Jalpa or a Kala, let's look at what will be comparable because our target vehicle really is a SF90. But without the 3 Series range, you wouldn't have a cylinder vehicle on the market. So we can take off the Huracan. Let's go F430 and see what we have here. This is the Pegasus program. Beautiful. Ferrari F430. V8 sports car manufactured by Italian automobile manufacturer Ferrari as a successor to the 360. Ferrari F430. The F430, type F131, is a sports car produced by the Italian automobile manufacturer Ferrari from 2004 until 2009. 5-year run, just like Megatech invested in Lamborghini for 4 years and cashed out. So there's a 5-year program. So what do we have? 3, 4, and 5-year programs. That's excellent. A successor to the Ferrari 360 Modena, which we sold, I think, 3 of those over the weekend. I think Saturday I sold 3 of them. So 2 convertibles, 2 spiders, 1 hardtop. And the race cars don't count because that's a different division. So the car is an update to the 360 with exterior and performance changes. It was unveiled at the 2004 Paris Motor Show. The F430 was succeeded by the F458, which unveiled or was unveiled on the 28th of July 2009. An estimated 16,750 F430s were produced between '05 and '09. Let's go to 458. Um, let's see what was the production because this one is powered by a 4.5 V8 and it has 562 horsepower. So it's more powerful. You are paying a premium. If I do a Stingray base model and I put Z51, I'm at 500 horsepower, but I'm less than half the price still from the 458. Now, anything more powerful that I have will have to be an E-Ray. Let's build us an E-Ray. I kind of had a fit onto an E-Ray, but I wasn't sure. I just wanted to double check. And let's go back to configuration and let's just build an E-Ray. I've built several ones that were kind of similar to this. Please go to Chevrolet.com, click on vehicles, click on performance. Let's go E-Ray. E-Ray is 4-wheel drive. It's plug-in hybrid electric. The difference though, it is 110,995. But again, I'm still at $8,000 to $10,000 expense. The convertible is 117. Could I deliver a similar experience in the hardtop? Let's just go with the coupe because at least it's open top motoring without breaking the bank because it is a lot. It is a lot. I'm sure even if it costs more when we finish it, we can add better packages. Let's go 3LZ because we want the car to be comfortable. And let's just build it back up. It is not going to be cheap because a base model, only if we do this build and then we do like a stripped down version on the CA Stingray, maybe that'll work. We could try both. So let's open one up. Put one in lane one on the simulator and put it on the track. So Daytona International Speedway. Let's book the time and let's see what we're gonna be doing today, which I think we're gonna continue on suspension. But let's just work on suspension and brakes for today. Um, Same thing. I'll just leave it there because I'll build that one last, and I'll do the editorial as the final piece, which then I could take my break. Um, so we're going E-ring, hardtop, compact yellow, tint coat metallic. It is $1,000 option. You can have Roswell green metallic for 500. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll build the E-ring, even though it's not convertible. It's target top. Let's not splurge since we didn't splurge on the convertible. Let's not splurge on the paint. Let's just do a Roswell green base model. I can I can do it in competition yellow, or I could build it in Roswell green as well. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's build both of them. Because the thing is, either way, we're gonna save money on the build. So let's go coupe. Let's build it as a Type R. That way we can save our clients money. Money we save, we could do the Type R package. Let's go 1LT. It's gonna be a race car. We're gonna repurpose everything that we recycle from the car. And it's the closest thing that I can possibly do as affordable as possible. It's still gonna be fun. It's gonna be fast. It does all the cool stuff, but it's just for you to build your credit, basically. You build your credit, you pay off this car, I can sell you whatever you want. 1% financing is only on super rare exotic. So sometimes that's cheaper than the payment on this car, but this one you'll pay off in a year or two. The other ones you'll pay off in 10, 15 years. So everything is choices. So let's go back to our E-ring. Roswell Green Metallic. We build it as a 3LT. For the wheels, we're going to do the polished forged aluminum. So look presentable. We'll keep it clean and help us take care of the car. Um, for the brakes, special edition brakes on these is the Halloween. So let's build it as a green. So orange brake calipers. For the racing stripes, let's just do a simple build. Oh, well, actually, yeah. Let's just do a simple build. Let's just go orange. Keep it simple. It's 1,200 bucks. It makes the car stand out. Keep it simple. The interior we could keep the same, or we just put the orange seatbelt, and this car is pretty much done. I think it's a nice build. Um, oh, let's see. Can we get the blue interior? We got the blue interior. Now we might not be able to get the seatbelt, but I'm gonna try. Let me see if I can do the seatbelt. Will it let me do it in orange? Only one way to find out. Nope. Let's see what's the only available colors. Automatic, natural. Nope. Not available in natural. Torch red. Nope. Not available. Yellow. Only available in blue. So all right. So that interior has to match. That's fine. We'll save a little bit of money. We're at 125,430. So substantial increase. Remember, we started at what? 117, 118. So we're already at $8,000 worth of upgrades. but only live once. ZER Performance, of course, is $500. That's duh. Roadside safety package, genuine Corvette accessory, which is the first aid kit with the Cross Flags logo, genuine Corvette accessory, so it's everything is there. Highway safety kit with Cross Flags logo, genuine. Okay, that's in the same package, same thing. So we have that added. Um, Cargo area liner, yes, we're gonna add it because for my clients, they go fishing a lot and they throw like fish and stuff like that in the car. And if you can take that out and wash it, it won't stink up the car. But it's still you're still gonna smell it, but that thing won't damage the fabric. And it is the contour liner protection. Oh no, never mind, because then we got it. It'll take the logo package off. Carbon flash mirrors, $200. That's $100 a mirror. Fine. I'll add in the carbon fiber mirrors, and let's do the extension on the wing. That's 425, by the way. That's not cheap. And let's see if we can do the pipes in the back. Yep. So it is a baby type bar. We'll do the grills on the intake, not bronze because that's more. No body kit, no ground effects. The divider for the front, yes. The roof panel, we need the carrier for it. No interior plaque, no museum delivery, none of that. We cannot afford that. Not today, not for this bill. Now, for my clients, I'm always going to throw in as a gift for myself the two-piece premium leather travel bags in jet black with the Cross Flags logo, genuine Corvette accessory. I can take that out of my commission. I like to do that for my clients. It makes everybody feel special and welcomed and loved and respected and appreciated. You know what I mean? All right. Highway safety kit. Oh no, never mind because it's gonna remove the other one. All right. So altogether, beautiful build. 130,585. This is gonna take me about 3 months. It is a 26, and I could probably deliver this car probably around Christmas time. Halloween maybe. Um, Maybe Halloween is not guaranteed, but I'm gonna do a side by side with the base model as well. So let's go Green Goblin. Oh no, wait a minute, my mistake. Okay, now let's continue with our base model build. So this is for one of my clients, but it's a different spectrum, right? This would be the equivalent of me buying the E-Ray for myself because I travel so much all the time. I'm touring, doing music, stuff like that. But let's say for my son who plays sports and is going to school and works and has a small business, this is what I tell him to get. It's a 1LT Roswell Green Coupe. Let's just save everywhere that we can. Um, the standard wheels are not bad. I have the pilot spokes. Let's just get those machined so they look nicer. And I could get the forge for the same price. Let's just do the forged. I don't know if I wanted a different color. Oh hell no, they got it. The black ones are the cheapest ones. All right, let's just go. I figured it would be something like that. Um, let's do a side by side. Oh wait a minute, I have to do the racing stripe. Same color. The difference is I might put these brake calipers in yellow because they may not be available on the base model, but I'll try my best. All I could do is try. All I want to do is earn your business. So give me a chance, be patient, work with me, and I'll work with you. Okay? All right. Interior, let's do something a little bit different. Let's do the red interior for this one just because the other one is double the price and it's blue interior. So at least they can match like that. Um, and maybe, oh, it's not even giving me the blue option. Let me see if it will do it. That's a special option. It's 500 bucks. Look at that. So look, it'll be like a Spider-Man build because it basically, I'll have the same belts on both. So they'll be matching. Um, let me go to, let me go back to the brake caliper, see if I can even change them and debate, if it's worth the actual change because it is more expensive. And the color options that I have is bright red, edge red, or velocity yellow. Let's do the yellow. You know what it makes me want to do? It makes me want to kind of go change the E-race brakes so I can order them together so they can like the base model can basically be in front of the line and then put the E-ray in production right behind it. E-ray is going to take a little bit more package, or they could build the E-ray first. It doesn't matter because it is more components. So build the E-ray first on this order. Send in the order for the E-ray first, and then we'll know. For example, red seats is the base model, and let's post this one for sale. We could put both of them for sale, and we'll just let it go to the highest bidder. So let's go Green Goblin. Excellent. Okay. So now let's finish our module. We have an idea. The parameters that we used on design. So this is all for inspiration, right? SF90 is the real target vehicle. It's just a V8. And really the electric motors are what we need to worry about, which we have in the E-Ray for engineering. So the engine by itself is little less than 800 horsepower. Um, ZR1 would be the only vehicle that could potentially compete with a top tier build. But before SF90, it was F8. It was 488 and F8 Tributo, so that would be a closer comparison. But let's take the Corvette off of the simulator. Let's take it off the line, pull the vehicle from the track. Now, before we get into the specifics, we're going to finish with the Silverado. So let's give ourselves a little bit of a foundation. Lamborghini LM001. The Lamborghini LM001 was a prototype off-road vehicle designed and built by Lamborghini. It was first revealed at the 1981 Geneva Auto Show alongside the new Jalpa. Despite the failure of the Cheetah project, the idea of a Lamborghini off-road vehicle was still very much alive, and with new capital from investors, the Cheetah concept was redesigned into the LM001 or LM001 to be exact. Unlike the Cheetah's Chrysler engine, the LM001 prototype had 180 horsepower, 5.9 liter AMC built V8 with the intention of offering the V12 from the Countach for production. So, okay, so now we have an example, and we know we can use the base model Silverado because it will outperform um, basically those vehicles. So we'll get into logistics for the business module right afterwards. So let's go model WT standard range, um, 54,895 with a range of 286 miles. If you're driving it in the city or if you're going in the tri-state area, it's perfect. If you're going out, then out of that demographic, you want to plan ahead for your trip because I'm not gonna say go the full 280 miles for the range. No, I say travel about 250 miles, charge up and continue. I wouldn't go and because that puts a lot of strainage and drains the battery and damages the battery. So a lot of the times it's not the vehicle, it's user input. Let's move on to our exterior. And we're also going to put this one for sale. So for the marketing campaigns, we have our three vehicles here. And we are Team Chevrolet. Please log on to chevrolet.com/, performance vehicles for the C8. Um, Color options, we only have three. We have black, we have summit white, and we have slate gray metallic. Miss Allison already complained about this color. Oh, but notice this. The base models, the mud guards, you cannot change the color. So you know what? Let's do the white. I want it to look very nice, very professional, like an engineering vehicle that it is. Let's go with the NACS DC adapter. Let's go with the power up 2 charger. We're gonna go power shift charger. Um, 18-inch wheels. No, we're gonna go with the high gloss. It's only 650 bucks. It's not that much. So you figure what? 650 would be 325. So they come out to like what? 150, like $170 a wheel. That's not bad. With the tires, come on now. So we have all season black wall tires, or we have the 22s. Let's do the 22s because um, let's see if it changes the wheels. Then we have every reason to change it back. It does change the wheels. I like these better, to be honest with you. They do look better. Wheel locks, interiors. Um, so interior, black on black. It's an engineering vehicle. It's a company vehicle. We'll build it as a prototype that we can sell it in the collector car market. Um, Utility wall package. It says utility wall latch kit, bedside utility wall cargo strap organizer. Of course, we need that. Cargo security package. Yes. Console mounted safe, rear underseat storage. Excellent. Um, no custom package. We got the power shift charger. No paint protection. This car is going to be driven. I want it to have scratch and I want bugs to get on it. Like that's the whole point of me buying it. Uh, we're leaving the nameplates the same. None of that stuff that's not utility rack advantage. All right. Hard folding truck bed cover by Real Truck Advantage. Yes. And can I add the utility track? Yep, it has the utility rack already on it. My mispronunciation. Okay. All weather floor liners. The trunk E mat. Yep. All weather trunk mat. Yep. We need the that little. I don't know what that's called in English. It's like a net, I guess, for the groceries. Collapsible organizer. Vertical cargo divider. Oh no 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 no! Not taking that off. Have a blessed day. See you next time, my love. Okay, no worries, no worries. I'm gonna go work out again. I'm on my break right now. Um, Off-road recovery kit, yes. Power distribution box, yes. Um, Tire pressure monitoring system, yes. 1 year mobile service, nope. Nope, no, no, no. Can't have that with that package then. Okay, let's go to summary. My price, 66,119. Not bad. Think about it from an investment standpoint. I need to do it for my company anyway. It's a good vehicle. The execs won't feel bad driving this. Have a blessed day, my love. The execs won't feel bad because I can load up all my equipment, all my technology, everything fits. I got chargers, I got power cables, I got everything I need. So let me save it. This is the money shot. So let's go. Silverado WT1 #18. Excelente. All right. So let's do a quick review, right? Before we go on to publish, we're going to do the last module. We have a 3LZ Corvette E-Ray, Roswell green, Type bar stripes in the back, polished wheels, orange brake calipers, orange racing stripes front to back, no carbon flash, carbon fiber mirrors, blue interior, blue seat belts. This will be, let me think. I forgot the thing. Let me see. Let me think. This is the X-Men character. Okay. Now for the base model, 75,875. I have a 1LT Corvette hardtop, not a convertible Spider. Um, we left the carbon flash intake vents. You know, I couldn't afford to pay for the body color. We did the yellow brake calipers. I put the BBS Star Factory joints. Our GT3 RS basically like a civilian version, civilian application. Orange racing stripes, red leather interior, but the blue seat belts, it's all I could put in. So we can distinguish the E-Ray because the special edition color is actually orange. And on the base model, which is my team, it's the Velocity yellow. So again, we went from 130,585 my price. Link up with me on LinkedIn. Buy me a cup of coffee. Cash App Venom R1 wins. Call me on my neck 504-202-5915 or just email me cyraxplex@gmail.com. 130,585. The base model 75,875 available for sale today. Halloween delivery is a maybe, but I'm really focusing on Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's for sure. Let's say spring break, all that stuff, taxes definitely will have them by then. But Halloween is tight and it's going to increase the price. And finally, we have a Silverado EV. We use the spiritual successor, let's say, implementing a design based on the Lamborghini LM001, $66,119. It's fully loaded. It's just the base model. The range is only 286 miles. My advice is drive it 225 miles, for example, and go charge it back up. All the superchargers, all the interconnectors, I put everything that I could put, and it's still four-wheel drive. Beautiful color is the white. The mud guards are body colored, kind of like the Chevy Avalanche. If you think about it, this is like the new version of our Avalanche or the Escalade EXT, but the sport version. And this is the same as the Hummer EV. This is just the entrepreneur's version, the engineering version. For me, as an automotive designer, owning a small technology company that works on automotive designs, I'm like the new version of Zagato or Pininfarina. It will cost me more money, even though I own recycling businesses and I'm into precious metals. It will cost me more money to build this car, even though I work for Chevrolet, even though I'm Team Corvette. 70,000, 75, 80,000. I have the car, turnkey, 0 miles. Yes, I have the corporate version, and I could probably get more use out of the corporate version, but I can also use my version purchased for my company to do the research and engineering. And if you really believe in the product, it doesn't matter if you work for Chevrolet, you can invest in your own product, services, industry trades. It's up to you. Again, most people don't see it that way. So why do I say to my clients, We'll try for Halloween, but really my focus is Thanksgiving, really Christmas. Thanksgiving is a maybe. New Year's, spring break, taxes, because of the constraints in what any problem in the supply chain as far as management. So let's see what we can learn from here. We already know what the markets are doing, right? So let's rock and roll because I need to go work out. Lecture number 6 out of 13. A problem in supply chain management. If the product mix problem, problem, in the product mix problem, that's a tongue twister. In the product mix problem, we assume perfect knowledge of future demand. But unfortunately, exact demand forecasts are a bit of scarce or a scarce commodity in the true world. Indeed, the standard trouble in supply chain management is purchasing an item for which demand information is quite uncertain. If we order too much, one or more of the following scenarios may occur. So this applies to all businesses, all products, all industries, all trades. I'm just giving you an example. Real life world, it could be a race car, it could be a new design that we're working on, it could be so many different things. But all of these things can affect our business or our businesses, our investments or all of our investments directly or indirectly. So what can you learn to implement into your own business? Number one, finance will suffer. You notice how I can offer 1% financing to my high end clients. I can offer it to my starter tier credit building clientele, but the price is going to increase, not because of the vehicle, but because of the financing program. Finance will suffer as money is tied up in inventories. That's the case right now. I got 23s, I got 24s, I have 25s in inventory, but I'm already taking order on 2026 Corvettes. Finance will suffer as money. Oh, and shout out to Rick Conti, Rick Corvette Conti. Finance will suffer as money is tied up in inventories. Items may become obsolete because of fads or product innovation, and money will be lost in inventory write offs. Number three, perishable items may run out of their shelf life before being sold, and money will be lost again. So, again, these are my business partners, my clients, my customers, these are my neighbors. They're gonna like a convertible, they're gonna like a sports utility vehicle, but they're gonna go fishing, they're gonna go swimming, they're gonna go outdoors, they're gonna drive these cars in the dirt, it's gonna go to the lake and all these other things. So they need the vehicle to be able to perform where it's designed to perform. So adding in as a gift to my clients the all-weather kind of like the floorboards and things like that puts everything into perspective because they don't have to be afraid to put use to the car. Even if I sold you a base model Rolls Royce or brand new, they're still going to get utility out of the vehicle. Now, perishable items may run out of their shelf life before being sold, and money will be lost again. That's what happened with the carbon fiber wings in the ZR1. That's exactly what happened. We built too many, they were in storage, dealer bottlenecks, the cars were out, we're just sitting, and they get damaged. That's just what happens. They're not on a car. Those wings are designed to be on a car. If you just have it in storage, somebody bumps into it and it falls, it's very strong when you have force and a load on it, just like when you rev in an engine. But if you take a hammer and you hit the wing, it's gonna break the wing. So you know how expensive that would be to replace. So what happened in the inventory? Somebody goes and bumps something and boom, boxes fall, a bunch of them break. Now we lost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in parts. Customers can't get them. Customers are complaining. There's bottlenecks in the systems. What can we have in place systems to improve our customer experience? On the other hand, if we do not order enough items, we may not be able to meet customer demand and revenue will suffer, as well as our career. Life is hard, isn't it? To take our first baby steps, let us consider a relatively simple version of the problem. We are in charge of purchasing an item with a very limited shelf life. Both purchase quantities and demand are given as small integer numbers, which makes sense for a niche product. Items are purchased for delivery at the beginning of each week, and any unsold item is scrapped at the end of the same week. Hence, each time we face a brand new problem in the sense that nothing is left in inventory from the previous time periods. Demand for the next week is not known, but we do have some information about past demand. The following list shows demand for the past 20 weeks. And we have an illustration on 1-3. The big question is, how many items should we order right now? When asked this question, most students suggest considering the average demand, which is easily calculated as figure 2.6. Not too difficult, even though this result may leave us a bit uncertain, as we cannot really order fractional amounts of items. Yet it seems that a reasonable choice could be made between 2 and 3. Other students suggest that we should stock the most likely value of demand. To see what this means exactly, it would be nice to see some more structure in the demand history, maybe by counting the frequency at which each value has occurred in the past. If we sort demand data, we get the following picture. So in today's example, I gave you multiple vehicles and multiple tiers. I put everything from an AMG 1 on sale to a SP3 to a few Speedtails, right? I gave you multiple Rolls Royces, whether you want me to order a new one or I have a 22 in my inventory with 207 miles. Whether you want something a little bit older, maybe a 19 or 20 with 6,000 miles, I have a 2010 with about 7,000 miles, 110,000 my price. Even if you built it up with options, I'm still saving you money. Now you can take that money and invest it, which would be my advice as your financial advisor. Look at the market. If you're ready to put in the work and you want to get the top of the line Johnny Blaze, I'll gladly sell it to you. But I'd rather sell you a business first. So I gave you three choices. I put myself as an example. I'm retired. My background is Air Force and the military, right? Space Force. So a vehicle like an E-Ray, it's a beautiful machine for me. But for my son, who is in college, who has a small business, who is working three, four jobs, learning how to pay taxes, $75,000 is reasonable. I'm in the business of selling cars that are $5, $10 million on a daily basis. I have access to a $400 million plus collection of purely Ferraris and race cars. Those are all mine, accessible to me. You can only buy those cars from like two or three people. It used to be five of us a few years ago. We're all friends. So what do I want to do? I just want to earn the opportunity to earn your business. So for the editorial, we already have these vehicles already preloaded into the system. So there goes the E-Ray. This is the Stingray. Now, I gave you the same example with the Silverado. I need to buy some for my businesses. I work for Chevrolet. I'm only getting an employee discount on one car. Every other car I have to buy myself, cash money. If I sell it or resell it or rebuild it or engineer with it, all the intellectual property belongs to me. But I have to make the initial investment and show the world that I stand behind my products. That if I see you driving a Corvette, I can give you props because I designed that car for it to be the best that I can give you for the budget that you have. So 66,000 compared to a few million or a few hundred thousand, even a hundred and something thousand, it's a big difference. This is a third of the price. And the average car costs you 50, 60,000. So for five, $6,000 more, four-wheel drive, it's an SUV, four doors, it's fully loaded. You got a nice range. Again, if you want to spend more money, you can, but what I want you to know is that you don't have to. Any constraints that I have are because of logistics. We are a technology based company. And these are prime examples that you guys can not only use for your finals and your exams, you can use this for your internships. You can use this for your letters of intent. You can use it for your business plans, your pitch decks, your proposals. When you're networking everywhere that you go, it should be easy to buy you a cup of coffee. It should be easy to email you. Your customers are always online. They're always purchasing. They're always in commerce. They're always looking for new business opportunities. Some of them can be your competitors. But if you don't stay ahead of the curve with technology, you're just spinning your tires in the mud. You're wasting your time. And for that, you should drive a Silverado EV. Let's continue. Shout out to all my business partners. Other students suggest that we should stock the most likely value on demand. But I try to always give you two or three choices. Even though I have used cars, pre-owned cars, some are exotics, it doesn't matter. I can get you whatever you want. If I can't beat the price, I can't earn your business. So it's in my best interest to beat anybody's price. I don't care if you're buying a building or if you're buying a shopping center or if you're buying real estate or a vehicle or a piece of jewelry. I only want to earn your business. I'm only here to earn your business. This is what I do. So let's see what these suggestions are. That we should stock the most likely value one on demand. You can't always do that because if I just stack, let's say, fully loaded cars, what about people that want a base car or want a mid range car? I can't do that. To see what this means exactly, it would be nice to see some more structure in the demand history. Maybe by counting the frequency, how often, right? We sell cars every day, inventory every day, we order cars every day. We're competing all across the board, all over the world, with every other manufacturer, every other dealership, and every other model that they offer. To see what this means exactly, it would be nice to see some more structure in the demand history. We can build systems, right? Maybe by counting the frequency at which each value has occurred in the past. If we sort demand data, we get the following picture. Now, this is just an example. In business and in technology, I always want you to think about the future because if not, then what's the point, right? If you go based off older data, how can you work on new products and services? Yes, everybody loves the PlayStation, they love the Xbox, but I have my own video game system coming up. Doesn't mean I don't love those two. They're great as well, but I will be number three in that slot. So they're my two competitors. I'm designing a system to beat them in everything that they do good. But I have to do it affordably. I'm a small business, I'm a small family, I'm a small company, I'm a small investment. These companies have all the money in the world. They have trillions and trillions of dollars to do research and development. I have to be creative. And rule number one is I can only use everything God has given me. So there's no time for negativity when you're thinking about success. I have to think about the millions and millions of dollars and the years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice that I put in to build my company. And I can't just give it to anybody to just step on it and destroy it. This is my intellectual property. This is my catalog. This is my life's legacy. This is the work of my life. Yes, I'm retired, but I've been retired many, many years ago. And this is not my first retirement, but this is the big one. This is the one where I can just put everything in my grandkids' hands and say, tag team, you're it, your turn. And I'm going to be on the beach somewhere chilling like I do every single day. All right. These numbers provide us with the frequencies at which each value occurred in the observed time span. If we divide each frequency by the number of observations, we get relative frequencies so we can understand better our businesses, our products, our services, our industries, and our trade. It's an everyday thing, just like going to the gym, just like listening to music, just like working out. You need to surround yourself with people that understand where you're trying to go in life. The movie doesn't just end here. This is it. No, the movie keeps going. Where do I want to be 5, 10, 15, 25 years from now? I'm 43 years old. I have grandkids. 25 years from now, I'm going to be like 70 years old. You got what I'm saying? In Dominican pesos, I'm going to be like 100 years old. These numbers provide us with the frequencies at which each value occurred in the observed time span. Now, most of the people in my yacht clubs, these are digital yacht clubs, right? They're holding on to these cars for like 18 months, 2 years max, 3 years. One owner cars, clean Carfax, delivered to your front door, but we only accept Bitcoin, Tron, and Ethereum too. Here we go. These numbers provide us. As a matter of fact, very quickly, let's do our top 20 coins for today. Go to currencies. Let's go to gold real quick. Gold commodities for precious metals and recycling. Gold is 3,677.7877919287 at time of recording, an ounce. Copper 3M, 10,067 and 50 cents an ounce. The pallet of chocolate, 7,474. It went down $3 since this morning. Coffee is $400.50 a pallet. So look at the difference between the coffee business and the chocolate business. The coffee business is $400 a pallet. The chocolate business is 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 a pallet of chocolate. Let's go to, we're not going to do indices. Let's go currency. Give me your top 20 coins. Market. Honorable mentions: Athena USDE, Hedera, Hyperliquid, Stellar Lumens, Chainlink, USD Coin, Cardano, Avalanche, Unis, SED, LEO, Tether, Binance Coin, XRP, Ripple, Never, down 1, 2, 3 categories. Thank God. Sui, Solana, the medical field. Anybody in medical technology, that's the way to go. Public Ledger, amazing technology. Tron, baby. Let's go. Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Ethereum is $4,504 and 2,998 of a penny. Big 114,889 and 148 of a penny. And that's all we accept. That's the only way we do business, or you have to connect. Hit me up on the neck. Let's go production. Let's show them what it looked like. Let's show them how we do business. This is how we do business. You see that? Link up with us on LinkedIn. I'm kind of a big deal over there. Connect with me on Neck. Listen to my music on BandLab. You can purchase collectibles on Whatnot. You can read about what I'm doing on Future Tech Plus or any other business partners that I work with. I'm still Team Chevrolet. I'm still Team Corvette GT3R as a prototype driver and an engineer, but I'm always going to be Team Corvette C8 Stingray, baby. This is what we do. So the Silverado is not a bad choice. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to go to the publishing arm and let us continue. Let's finish this module so we can get to publishing. Because after we finish this module, we're going to stop the radio show. We're going to pause the podcast and the broadcast. We're going to post it on online. We're going to sequence the rollout. We'll do the marketing, and then we'll launch that campaign. And then we'll continue with the Monday editorial, and we'll finally go on lunch and go work out again. All right, these numbers provide us with the frequencies at which each value occurred in the observed time span. Give me 1 second. I have to be inspired. I'm really an artist. I'm a real artist in real life. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? One quick second. Right? Now the campaign is ready, so I'm not gonna start the editorial. Again, these numbers provide us with the frequencies at which value occurred in the observed time span. If we divide each frequency by the number of observations. We get relative frequencies. For instance, the relative frequency of the value 2 is, and we have a demonstration, 8 over 20 equals zero point 0.4. So for downforce adjustments, aerodynamics for the brake calipers, let's just adjust it. We'll do gear 8, 20th setting. Give me an increase in downforce, 0.4%. Put it on the track and see what kind of improvement that is. The best improvement so far has been 40%. So let's see if we can just get an additional 40% more downforce today. I'll be on the track probably in maybe 2 or 3 hours, depending on which track we're going to run on, or if we're going to take out the prototypes and drive on the road, which I'm still going to do that tonight. Either way, I'm going to be engineering tonight, so it doesn't matter. Okay. We may also calculate average demand by using relative frequencies. Table 1.2, relative frequencies, and cumulated relative frequencies for demand data. Not surprisingly, and again, go on your app and look at the figures, okay? Let me show you. Let's go production real quick. Let me just show you what it looks like. These are going to be your settings, your coordinates. For the students that don't have the book or don't have the newest version of the book, make sure that whoever does have the book shares the chapters with anybody in the class. Anybody who needs it, email, text each other, go on Discord, communicate through Discord, whatever you guys got to do. There's no excuses, no days off. Okay, the future depends on us, and the future looks bright. Shout out to all my business partners at Valuetainment, the New York Yankees, Patrick Bet-David, and the Patrick Bet-David podcast. Not surprisingly, we got the same average as above. We see that average demand is a weighted average of observed values, where weights correspond to relative frequencies, if we believe that the true future will reflect the past. Good afternoon, God bless. Dios bendiga. Con permiso. Relative frequencies provide us with useful information about the likelihood of each demand value in the future. Frequencies and relative frequencies are tabulated in columns 2 and 3 of table 1.2. Be sure to note that relative frequencies cannot be negative and add up to 1. So this could be the challenge that we're having with the wing. Once the podcast goes online, once this episode and both chapters are published, we're going to use that to design, because we'll be able to check the metadata and all of the parameters dealing with that particular investment or marketing campaign or product or service. It's the same digital marketing dilemma. Be sure to note that relative frequencies, meaning the system within a system, in or out, this is Radarplex technology, all rights reserved. Be sure to note that relative frequencies cannot be negative and add up to 1 or 100%. It's either one or the other. It's either downforce or we're losing downforce, or we're losing aerodynamic efficiency, or we're lowering top speed, or we're putting more damage on the gears. It has to be one of those systems is malfunctioning at this velocity, at this speed, based on this weather, based on the incline. Is it a chicane? Are we encountering other vehicles, etc.? This is why we always need to have good bridges with the Peterson's Automotive Museum, because if we don't have access to a car, if we don't have a business partner that has or owns the vehicle, which most of us that own technology companies, we do, we can always have the vehicle shipped, tested, share the data with them, give it away to the public for free, and improve what we're doing by just collaborating, just working together. I learn from you, you learn from me. I teach you, you teach me. You make it better, I make it better. Can we make it better? Yes, we can. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Can we build it and build it better and make it better and improve? Absolutely. If that's in our spectrum. So even our wearable technology, all of our designs, we get to work on them and engineer them every single day. And every single prototype is completely different. And the technology is brand new and it changes every single day. Our company is testing and designing new products For example, these are built into the video game system. So let us continue. The observed values are reported on the horizontal axis, ab- abscissa. The vertical axis, ordinate, may represent frequencies, lowercase a, parentheses, of relative frequencies, lowercase b. The two plots are quantitatively the same as relative frequencies, are just obtained by normalizing frequencies with respect to the number of observations. After a quick glance at the graphical representation of relative frequencies as probabilities, however, some caution should be exercised, and we, meaning the team, should weigh in what that probability is because it doesn't have to be such a trivial concept if you have multiple departments working together without the bochinche, the gossip, this one talking about that one. Let's just work as a team. Because if we're being beaten by McLaren, doesn't mean I'm not going to sell McLarens. But I am going to try to learn from every race, every event, every client, every customer, every consumer, every data point that I can collect. I'm going to ask people, what do you think? Is it a beautiful design? Does it drive good? Is it reliable? Is it worth the investment? Still, this intuitive interpretation may be useful in many practical cases. After a quick glance at the graphical representation, meaning always use the simulators, portable versions, or in actual rigs. After a quick glance at the graphical representation of relative frequencies, the intuitive idea at or of a likelihood measure of each demand value comes to mind rather naturally. Indeed, it is possible to interpret relative frequencies as probabilities. However, some caution should be exercised, and we should weigh that probability as not such a trivial concept. Okay, I apologize. As there are alternative interpretations, still, this intuitive interpretation may be useful in many practical cases. Looking at table 1.2, we see that the most likely value or the most frequent value in the past, to be honest with ourselves, is number two, which is not too different from the average value in descriptive statistics. The most likely value is called mode. Since we get similar solutions by considering either mean or mode, we could be tricked into believing that we will always make a sensible choice by relying on them. Before we get so overconfident, let us consider the histograms of relative frequencies in figure 1.5. In histogram lowercase parentheses a, we see that the most likely value is 0. But would we really stock nothing? Probably not. The two histograms in figure 1.5 are two examples of asymmetric cases. So think about that when you're designing and think about how hard it would be to build a prototype. If we can't build a prototype, we can't build the car. And that's the whole purpose. This is what allows us to keep a competitive advantage in competition motorsports, especially on a track, whether it's a new or current design or etc. or a wild card. Like today, we had the Silverado. Designing everything asymmetric. They are skewed into opposite directions, and we probably need a way to characterize skewness. This is what makes my video game completely different and way better, more advanced than everything you could ever imagine, and more. Because my video game system has magic inside. It's the magic system. We will deal with this and other summary measures, but it is already clear that mean and mode do not tell the whole story, and they are not always sufficient to come up with a solution for a decision problem. Lack of symmetry is likely to affect our stocking decisions. But there is still another essential point that we are missing: dispersion. Consider the two histograms in figure 1.6. Histogram A looks more concentrated, which arguably suggests less uncertainty about future demand with respect to histogram. We need some ways to measure this dispersion, dispersion as well, and to figure out how it can affect our choice. Indeed, we need some ways to characterize uncertainty, and this motivates the study of descriptive statistics. This is fine, but it is utterly useless unless we find a way to use that information to come up with a decision. It is important to realize how many points we are missing if we just consider relative frequencies. Histograms visualizing frequencies and relative frequencies for demand data. So this is an example of what it looks like or what it should look like in your business plans, your letter of intent, your proposals, your pitch decks, your internships, whatever you're writing, when you're putting data together, this is the format, this is how it has to be. And every single area is a space for you to create. So be creative, be artistic, make it aesthetic, make it beautiful for people to read and see and interact with your content. Figure 1.4: histograms visualizing frequencies and relative frequencies for demand data. Figure 1.5: two skewed contributions or complete opposites. One car is really, really selling, one car is not selling. The base model is selling like hotcakes. Top of the lines are not. How can we improve that? Why do we only have one specialty vehicle right here? We have one specialty vehicle only, but we should have a spectrum of a variety of sales and designs and different programs so that we don't run out of a budget for one department and skimp out on development and research, which is what we should be doing every day to make our products that we stand behind even better. Because you have to run the company as if it's your own. You want to become a shareholder, go buy the stock, it's public. What you put in to your future is what you're going to get out of it. So the time to talk is behind us. Figure 1.6: the role of dispersion. The role of economics. It's an economics issue. Sometimes in business partnerships, it just comes down to economics. There's nothing personal. I've had business partners from hell. I would never have business partners from hell ever again. That's not the way to do business. That's not the way to grow in life. That's not the way to build wealth. You cannot build wealth with business partners from hell. Cool people want to make money with cool people. Be cool and be successful. Just be cool for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month. And look at your bank account and compare it to today. Just by being cool, business opportunities are attracted to you because you're on that frequency, you're on that beam, you're always looking for new opportunities. People have to want to do business with you. So every cup of coffee is another opportunity to create an experience, not just a point of purchase, not just a sale. I'm not just selling you a cup of coffee. That's not the business that I'm in. I'm in the chocolate business, but to be in the chocolate business, I have to be in the coffee business. And to be in the coffee business, I have to be in the technology business because it takes so much money. Logistics from all over the world. We travel the world looking for the best of the best that we can offer our clients. Every single version, every single blend, every holiday blend, that's all pre-selected. From the moment that we plant the seed to grow the tree to harvest the coffee, to be able to make it and deliver that experience. Now just substitute my Starbucks for your product, your service, your customer experience. You can learn a complete business masterclass by just coming to Starbucks. Come to Starbucks for a few months and just network with people that are business owners and entrepreneurs, and every day you see us getting it, every single day. See what that does for you in your life. When was the last time you picked up a book and read? The role of economics. Always be a good business partner. Rule number one. Rule number one, protect the brand. Rule number two, protect the brand. Rule number three, protect the brand. Rule number four and five are the same as one, two, three, and are as important as rule number one. The role of economics. If we have a stock out, an example, we run out of stock and do not meet the whole customer demand, how much money do we lose? And what if we have an average? An example, we stock too much and have to scrap perished or obsolete items. Good afternoon. To see that point, consider the following problem. We have to decide how many t shirts to make or buy. This could be cars, this could be NFTs, music, songs, albums, whatever. For example, I have an album that I'm going to record after this, after my workout, after I go do my engineering, after I listen to the radio show podcast, quality control, work on some designs, and I'm going to release it tonight. And then I'm going to go right back to engineering, content creation, rehearsals for the movies, this and the third. I got to go perform. As you can see, I strain my voice because I want to go see the fight. So I'm flying back and forth, but I'm home. So let's go. If we have a stock out, an example, we run out of stock and do not meet the whole customer demand, how much money do we lose? And what if we have an average? An example, we stock too much and have to scrap perished or obsolete items. To see the point, consider the following problem. We have to decide how many t shirts to make or buy. This could be you fill in whatever product or service when you guys are writing your paper. This is just for my company as an example, but you guys can use it, as you like, and you can share the modules with each other. So it'll be in parentheses right there in the top. You can just change the text and just put it in a box, highlight it when you type it or write it down, so I know that you did the work. Okay. For an upcoming major sport event, like we just had the Canelo Crawford fight, producing and distributing a T-shirt costs €5. Each T-shirt sells for €20, but unsold items at the end of the event must be sold at a markdown price, resulting in a loss. Shrinkage. Let us assume that the discount on sales after the event is 80%. So we're working with an 80% loss. We invest 100,000, we're going to lose 80 when it goes to the fourth quarter market, primary market, etc. So that the market price is €4. Also, familiarize yourself with working with different currencies. In digital assets, it's going to be different from a Monero to a Bitcoin to a Dogecoin to a Bitcoin Cash. As an example, you can write about whichever ones you like or you don't like in your papers, in your terms, in your finals, in your exams, but explain and express to all of us, the rest of the class, why you selected those investments, those products, those services, those industries, those trades, why you built it with that quality, why you built it with those features. The more data points we have, the more we can use to build the marketing, digital promotion, campaign, distribution, publicity, etc. Because publicity is about clarity. In the gasoline business, in my gasoline stations, I removed all of the advertisement from the property, all of the advertisement from the aisles, all of the advertisements from the windows, so that when people will drive by, they can see that not only we had the best petroleum, but we also had the best chicken. And it was the key to our success. I grew up multi-billion dollar company. I was 19 years old before I turned 19. We are known as brothers. Go to the South and have you some brothers chicken. A credible forecast based on similar events suggests that the expected value of sales is 12,000 pieces. We will clarify what we mean by expected value exactly, but you may think of it as the best forecast given our knowledge. However, demand is quite uncertain. A consultant considering demand uncertainty and the risk of unsold items suggests to keep on the safe side and produce just 10,000 pieces. Is this a good idea? Please wait and think about the question before going on. When we sell a t shirt, our profit is 15 euros. So there's no need for any of my clothing for the shirts to be anything above like $40. There's no excuse. Even if we finance $15 on a line of credit, that's crazy. If we have to mark down, we lose only €1. Given that most people would probably suggest a more aggressive strategy and buy a bit more than the expected value. Indeed, most fashion stores mark prices down at some time, which means that they tend to overstock. Would you change your idea if profit margin were €2 and the cost of an unsold item were €5? So give me some examples. That's three good examples. You guys can use them, or you can build your own, or you can build a combination of whichever ones you're more comfortable with. If it's better for you to write it, write it. If it's better for you to chicken scratch, chicken scratch. If it's better for you to print it, print it. If you want to type it on a typewriter, typewrite it. If you want to type it on a typewriter and then take a picture and send me a PDF, either way is fine. There's no wrong answers, no wrong questions. No question too big, no question too small. Economics must play a role here, as well as dispersion. Without any information about uncertainty, we cannot specify how much above or below the expected value of demand we should place our order. A plain point forecast, an example, a single number, is not enough for robust decision making, a point that we will stress again when dealing with regression and time series models for forecasting. Predictable versus unpredictable variability. Consider once again the demand data in figures 1.3, but this time imagine that the time series in chronological order is, let me show you guys the illustration. Again, share it with the rest of the students, share it with the rest of the class. For the people that don't have the book, you can go back to 24842 to see the diagram. Okay, mean mode, etc., are not affected by this reshuffling of data. Basically, that's what it is. It's curating the data. Reshuffling is one application that would be military application. Processing data would be more like not necessarily military. It would be civilian, but it would be for medical application. So Radarplex started its life in the military combat zone, but now it has morphed through technology as all medical equipment and devices to preserve life. I designed the ASRA system around that. Today we were learning about the AR5 system that is being deployed overseas. And of course, they're just cheap clones. There's nothing like the original Don Dada. Um, Mean mode, etc., are not affected by this reshuffling of data. But should we neglect a clear pattern that we see? There is a trend in demand which is not captured by simple summary measures. And what should we do with a demand pattern, such as the following one? In this case, we notice a seasonal pattern. We're gearing up for the fourth quarter, right? Fourth quarter game has to be official, with regular up and downswings in demand. Trend and seasonality contribute to demand variability, but we should set predictable and unpredictable components of variability apart. We describe some simple methods for doing so. The role of time and interporal dependence. The role of time and intemporal dependence. The previous point shows that time does play a role. When we can identify partially predictable patterns such as trend and seasonality, time may also play a role when our assumptions about ordering and shelf life are less restrictive. Assume that the shelf life is longer than the time between the orders we issue to suppliers. In making our decision, we should also consider the inventory level, and this would make the problem dynamic rather than static. That could be two settings right there, dynamic and static. And you guys could write two papers, two chapters, whatever you guys like, your choice. That could be extra credit or wild card if you're making up a module. A safe guess is that this is no simplification. An even subtler point must be considered in order to properly represent unpredictable variability. I will illustrate it with a real life story. A few years ago in Turin, where I live, there was a period of intense rain followed by an impressive flood. So you see, my business partners, they're in Turin, they're in different parts of the world. So the mentality is different, the culture is different, religious beliefs are different, the way people eat, the way people dance, the way people talk. And the more you travel the world, the more you see like some people just don't understand. When you've traveled the world all over the world, you know how you've been treated, you know what is customer service, you know when somebody goes the extra mile. A lot of people cannot go the extra mile because they don't know how to go the first mile in the first place. Don't be one of those entrepreneurs. Don't build a future that's half-assed what you could have built it to be. Because in the end, you're only fooling yourself. You know where your potential is. So if your potential is $29 trillion, dollars, then go for your potential of $29 trillion. Dollars. Don't settle for a penny less. Why would you? And if I was not PG-13, fill in the blank of what would I said, what I would have said. A few years ago in Turin, where I live, there was a period of intense rain followed by an impressive flood. A weird thing with such an event is that there's way too much water in the streets, but you do not get any from your water tap at home. In that case, the high level of the main river in the city prevented the pumping stations from working. This problem, as I recall, was solved quickly, but the immediate consequence was a race to buy any bottle of mineral water around, with plenty of amicable exchange of ideas between tactful customers at retail stores. Now, if you were the demand manager for a company selling mineral water, would you interpret that spike in demand as a signal of an increasing market share? Well, not really, I guess. On the contrary, you could expect a period of low demand when households deplete their usually high inventories. More generally, if consumption of an item is relatively steady over time, a spike in demand, maybe due to a trade promotion, is likely to be followed by a period of low demand. In order to take such issues into account, we need statistical tools to investigate correlation. Correlation is useful in many things where we ask questions about random variables rather than random events, such as if demand for an item has been larger than usual today. Can we say something about demand tomorrow? Will it be larger or smaller than usual? If the return from a financial investment has been good, does this tell us something about the return of the same investment in the future, or maybe about the return from other investments? The role of alternative items and competitors. We have just considered one item, disregarding possible interactions with other ones. In practice, items may interact in many ways. Number one, shelf space. Limited shelf space at a retail store must be allocated to different items. Then, stocking decisions are not independent, but I can open the auction and whatnot any day of the week. Substitute products. A stock out on one item may be almost irrelevant if the customer switches easily to a substitute item that we sell. Complementary products. Stocking out on one item may have a detrimental effect on other items too. Imagine a customer order consisting of several lines related to different items. The customer could cancel the order if some order online is not satisfied. New products. Number one, two, three, number four, new products. That's why I tell you, always focus on engineering, designing new products, new video game system, new this, new that, everything new, 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 every day, everything new, everything new. Think, right? This is a perfect example right here. New products. If the assortment is changed by the introduction of a new item, sales of older items are likely to be affected by cannibalization. By the same token, we should not disregard the role of competitors, which we went over that earlier. If a competitor is about to launch a new product, we should plan in advance a suitable reaction. In such a case, just looking at past sales will be as safe and smart as driving a car by just looking into the rear mirror. Furthermore, pricing is likely to affect sales along multiple dimensions: the price of the item, the price of related items, and the price asked by competitors. We should investigate, among other things, the relationship between price and demand. One way of doing that involves regression models, which are the subject. The role of sampling uncertainty. When we evaluate summary measures, such as the mean of a variable, we look at a limited set of past data. But how reliable is that information? Intuitively, the more data we have, the better. However, looking too far into the past is dangerous, as we might take into account information that is hardly relevant for new market conditions. Would you use information about stock returns before World War II to manage a pension fund? I would, or one of my investments products would definitely include that. We deal with inferential statistics, which may help us in assessing the degree of confidence we can have in our estimates. Observables versus unobservables. Finally, available data may not be what is actually relevant and needed. We have taken for granted that demand data were at our disposal. Unfortunately, in many practical settings, we do not really observe demand but sales. If there is a stockout on an item at our retail store, will the customer inform anyone that her demand was unmet? Not necessarily. Maybe she will just go and buy at another retail store. If we are lucky, she will just settle for a product substitute. But even in this case, what we gather is sales data by scanning barcodes at the cash desk or point of sale. Clearly, this can result in an underestimation of actual demand. In other cases, data are available, but they are not gathered because of a wrong business process. Imagine a business to business setting where a potential customer calls about immediate product availability. When the desired items are not in stock, she tries with another supplier. If the business process is such that only agreed on orders are entered into the information system, disregarding lost sales, we are underestimating demand again. Often, we have to settle for a proxy of what we cannot observe directly, and this might affect decisions. After this long list of complicating factors, you may feel a little overwhelmed, but please don't. There is a long array of powerful quantitative methods that we may integrate with good old common sense in order to tackle challenging problems. In any business, any investment, any career, any trade, any product, any service, you're going to face challenges. Develop the muscles to deal with challenges on a constant basis at all times. Always be ready, always be prepared. Anyway, if you want to take a short route, you could always try to do just a little better than your competitor. Say that he or she is able to meet demand completely in 80% of the weeks. The probability of not having a stock out is one of the many ways in which one can measure the service level. By choosing a stock level simplified or symbolized or signified by, let's say, the dollar sign S. So if I tell you buy me a cup of coffee, dollar sign S is the Cash App's emblem, right? Venom R1 wins. In this example, we're just using the letter S, but you can use the money sign if you like as well. You are setting the probability of satisfying all customers. For instance, with the data of table 1.2, if you choose S equals 1, demand will be met only when it is 1, meaning for my books, before you buy my book, when you order it, we'll press up the book. We're not going to have inventory. We have a certain amount of inventory for like eBay, Amazon, whatnot, etc. But overall, everything is print to order. Like, I'm not going to have 100 million different facilities. Like, I have Amazon for that. It's pointless. Why would I invest into that kind of infrastructure? It makes no sense. They're in it for the long term, so I'm in business with them. You know what I'm saying? For instance, with the data of table 1.2, if you choose S equals 1, demand will be met only when it is 1, which happens with a probability of 0.15 points. If S equals 2, you meet demand when it is 1 or 2, summing the respective relative frequencies. We see that this happens with probability of 0.15 plus 0.40, which is the 40% increase. So 0.15 would be a 15% increase. Combined, front wing, rear wing, 0.55%. So 550 basis point improvement on downforce. But you can apply to any business, any industry, any trade. The pattern is clear. The service level for increasing stocking levels is obtained by summing probabilities. This leads us to the concept of cumulative relative frequencies, which are displayed in the last column of table 1.2. if you want to do a little better than the competitor, setting a 85% service level, you should stock four items, implying a 90% service level. So where do you want your customer service to be for your clients? 90% or 9 million percent? I want to be in 9 million percent customer satisfaction. That is the standard of my company. I am team. This is what we do. Okay. If you want to do a little better than the competitor, setting an 85% service level and should stock four items, implying 90% service level increase. So if you improve 85% of your services, you will be better than 85 to 90% of your competition. And this is the formula, this is the data points. It's repeatable. You can learn it, you can teach it, you can share it. It's not going to deplenish or take away from you by sharing it with the next person. You help one person, you teach one person, they teach one, and they teach one, and before you know it, we take over the universe. The last observation leads us to concepts such as cumulative distributions and quantities. They're fundamental in many cases, such as inferential statistics and risk management, and will be among the most important topics. That module is going down in history. That right there, there's no rookies allowed. Here we go. Now, you saw when I checked for the business meeting this morning. Now, business meeting for tomorrow. Oh, I see what you did, Mauricio. Good, 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 good. I like that. I'm proud of y'all. Everybody's back on the job. Look at the NFT. Isn't this, isn't this a coincidence, Mauricio? You see what that says right there? Mauricio, now I know. It makes sense. Thank you, Mauricio. I needed that. So we're gonna let our business partners know immediately, right? Oh, first of all, let me make sure that I know the time. They just released this, what, 39 minutes ago, and I'm just getting the notification now. Hold on. Oh, you can see it. Oh, no, wait a minute. This is the master class. Locked in. Say no more. Say no more. They haven't announced the meeting yet. I was about to be like, what the hell? Okay. So now let us continue. Let's actually publish. Oh, my business partner hit me up. Give me 1 second. Let me hit him up. Boom. Keep everybody happy. And just like that, now I know that we need assistance here. So let's go to continue the marketing campaign and we'll do the same thing. Let's just go. Excellent. So we started that marketing campaign. Now let's finish it out because we need to promote the album. The album is on the way. They know they were waiting for the album. They don't want us to slow down. They want us to speed up. So let's do that. Today we're releasing the triple album. So that's gonna be crazy. To add to the collection, you know we have many of those. So let us go to. Okay, I got a better idea. This commences our class. I'm gonna go take a break. We'll be right back, but we're gonna now publish this on the podcast. So everybody go take a break, get you something to eat, stretch for a little bit. We'll be back in a few minutes, okay? We'll be right back. Dreams come true, okay? We'll be back faster than you could do this. This way I can rip it and put it in pieces into the thing. So go on Spotify, Voltron R1. It'll be up in about a few minutes.